back. Today we are working on Chapter 9, Programming Challenge 1. And this programming challenge is to create two classes. One class is called Employee, and the other is called Production Worker. So the Production Worker class would inherit the Employee class. The Employee class would have three fields: employee name, employee number, and hire date. And we need an empty constructor, and we will create a constructor for another constructor. And inside the constructor, we have to check. They said in the description of this programming challenge that the employee number must have five characters. It also has to have the first three characters must be numbers 0 to 9. And the last two characters must include letters from A to M. First, we will check the length of the employee number, and if it is less than 5, we will say error. Employee number must be 5 characters, and we have to exit the program. Else, if the employee number is long enough, first we will get the first 3 characters of the employee number. We will say employee number substring 0 to 3, string part 2, employee number substring 4. So the first 3 characters must be numbers 0 to 9, and we will use regular expression. So we'll say if part 1 matches, and we'll say quote, open bracket, open bracket and close bracket, A, and 0 through 9, asterisk, and you will say here before the brackets we say we use this symbol, and after that we say if the first character is number 0 to 9, then we will set employee number to employee number. Else, we will say error, employee number must include first 3 characters must be 0 to 9, and we will exit. And the last 2 characters we have to check if they are between A and M. So basically we will copy this, and we will use part 2, and here we will say A to M. We need $sign Here we'll say $. Oh, yeah, this is the problem. Brackets. So here, instead of curly brackets, we need just bracket. And after we check the first 3 characters and the last 2 characters, then we set the employee name, we set the employee number, and we set the hire date. Then we will create the getters and setters for this class, the employee class, and basically we have to also check the set employee number class. Oh no, we have to check the set employee number method. Set employee number. And we will just copy these if statements from the constructor because they are the same. And here we check the length of the employee number. We get the first 3 characters and last 2 characters. And we check the first 3 characters, whether they have 0 through 9 numbers. And we check the last 2 characters if they have letters A through M. And that would be it for this class, employee class. So we have to create another class called ProductionWorker that would inherit this class. ProductionWorker, it will inherit the employee class. This class, they said, has private int shift, and the shift can only be 1 or 2. 1 means day and 2 means night. And it will have a double field called pay rate. So we will create a production worker class, and this constructor will take a string and name. It would take employee and number. It would take hire date. It will also take shift, and lastly it will take pay rate. This will take, we have to use the super keyword if we are inheriting a class, and we will pass the name, the employee number, and hire date. And you have to check the shift, and we will say if shift is equal to 1 or shift is equal to 2, then we will set shift to shift, else we will say shift can only be 1 or 2. and we have to exit the program. Also, we have to check the pay rate. If it is less than or equal to 0, then you will say error, pay rate must be greater than 0, and we just exit the program. So that would be it for this constructor, and we have to create getters and setters for this class as well. We will highlight both fields, and in the set pay rate method, you have to check. We'll just copy this and set shift. You'll just remove this and copy this. Notice the issue here. Shift. And I forgot in the set pay rate, we have to use else, and if the user enters a positive pay rate, we have to set it to pay rate. So just copy this and go to the constructor, and here in the if statement for pay rate, we have to add it. So I think we completed the two classes. Now we have to test it. We'll create a main method. We will create an instance of production worker, p production worker. Production worker will take the name. It will take the employee number. We say 123-AC. It will take a hire date 01/01/1933. 1 for the shift and 30 for the pay rate. So we will print employee name. So say get employee name. We will print employee number. Get employee number. In employee hire date, get hire date, instead of equal, say plus, and we will say plus new line employee shift. You will say parentheses here. So we'll say b get shift. If it is equal to 1, or b get shift is equal to 2, question mark, we will say day or night. So this would give us a Boolean. Either it would be 1 or 2. If it is 1, we will print day. If it is 2, we will print shift. And lastly, we will print employee pay rate, get pay rate, and I think that would be it. Let's run it the program and see the result. As you can see, I made a mistake, I think. Instead of number, you should have said get name, employee name instead of get employee number. Employee name is Mike. Employee number is 123 AC. Employee hire date is January 1st, 1933, and the shift is day, and employee pay is 30. So let's change the data. Instead of saying 1, 2, 3, we will change the last character to an alphabet letter A. So it should catch this error and tell us error, employee number first 3 characters must be 0 to 9. Okay, how about last 2 characters? We set that these 2 letters must be between A and M. So we will give V, which is clearly beyond M. So it should give us another error when we run it. Employee shift. I think this statement should be different. So if we go back to the employee class and check here, now we have to change this statement. Instead of saying first 3 characters, we say last 2 characters must be between A and M. So we run it again and it should give us that. As you can see, error, last two characters must be between A and M. So we tested the employee number validation. Let's test the shift. Instead of giving 1 or 2, if we give 4, it should give us an error. Most characters must be. Oh, yeah, we have to change here as well. You have to change it to B. Shift can only be 1 or 2. So I think we completed. Oh, I forgot. Let's test the pay rate. Let's give negative number, negative 10. Should catch, and we have to change the shift back to 2. It should catch the pay rate validation as well. pay rate must be greater than 0. So we completed the two classes, the production class, which inherits the employee class, and the employee class, which is the superclass of the other class. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. And please subscribe if you like these kind of videos, and comment and like if you find it useful.